Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Dubs Boxing. We back with another one. You know what I'm saying? We got this weekend recap. We're going to touch on September the 1st through the 2nd. You know what I'm saying? Just starting the month off with some good boxing. So we're going to cover all that. Before I get into the live, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit up the social media channels, the pages, all that stuff. Instagram, Twitter, the website, all that good stuff. It's scrolling across the bottom. Feel free to tap in for sure. So do a little recap, man. What happened? You know, pretty good action though. Starting with this one right here. This was Friday. This was on the Zone. Lyndon Arthur versus Brian Suarez. Light heavyweight fight for the IBO title, vacant IBO title. So coming to this fight, we know Lyndon Arthur. We know he had 2 fights with Anthony Yarde. He won the first one, got stopped in the 4th round, the second one. And he's a decent contender in that division. You know what I'm saying? Not like a high division, but he can fight. Good jab, good right hand. Now he's struggling in this fight with Suarez. Suarez's brother, he dropped him in the 4th round. You know what I'm saying? Hurt him. You know what I'm saying? He had to get himself together. And he eventually scored a body shot knockout late in the fight. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good come from behind win for Lyndon Arthur, but you see it's some flaws. You know what I'm saying? I think that second Yarde fight took some out of him. You know what I'm saying? He been looking okay after that. But this is a good victory for him, though. Maybe he can put himself in line for a world title fight. He got some world rankings as well. We know what's going on with the champions. Dimitri Bivol, he's in the win right now. Excuse me, he's in the win, so we're not sure what he got coming up. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know. I think late October for him, maybe November, but we don't know yet. And then Beterbiev, he got Callum Smith in January, so it's been postponed. So he needed this win to keep his name in the mix, maybe get a world title shot down the line sometime next year or so. So, it was good. It was a good comeback for him because he was losing that fight, in my opinion. So that's what's up. Oh yeah, that's without being said, bro. That without being said. Teaching the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. That right there about Bomac, that's for the guys who, disrespecting him and all that shit. That's for them to eat that. Over here, we already know what time it was. You know what I'm saying? The next one, this is a unification fight. Thorson versus Luna. Wasn't like wasn't an action-packed fight like I was expecting. Luna was fighting on the back foot. She was a taller, rangier fighter. You know what I'm saying? You could watch this on Fight TV as well. But she was a taller, rangier fighter, using the ring, boxing, counter punching at times. But she really wasn't doing too much. Thorson was kind of leading the action, setting the pace. She wasn't doing a lot of crazy stuff either. She was just the aggressor on the front foot. She landed some good combinations, but it wasn't like all the way consistent. She just basically outworked Luna. Luna really, I ain't gonna say Luna didn't come to fight, but she was real hesitant in this fight. And I think she probably could have stood her ground. Luna, I know on her resume, she only got 4 knockouts out of 25 wins, but she actually a bigger puncher than that. Going into it, I thought she was the bigger puncher in this one. So, and a lot of her shots that she hurt you with is from range. I seen her land long lead left hooks and stuff, or counter left hooks. You know what I'm saying? Drop her opponents, but I don't know. I see what she was doing. She was trying to walk Thorson into some shots, but she wasn't consistent enough. So Thorson, you know what I'm saying, wins the WBC title, goes along with her WBO. She's a unified champion at 118 pounds, which is a solid division. You know what I'm saying? Going into this fight, this unification was one of the best fights that they could make in women's boxing, honestly. Because I thought it was 1 versus 2. I thought Thorson should be on the pound for pound list. If people doing that, I don't know. But she got consideration. She can fight. You know what I'm saying? She a 2-division world champion, same as Luna. So this set her up for bigger fights in that division. We got 2 other champions in the bantamweight division. You got the IBF champion, Ebony Bridges, who is probably more known and popular. You know what she brings to the table. But she can fight though. She can fight. You know what I'm saying? So we got her, and then you got Nina Hughes. So Nina Hughes and Ebony Bridges are stable mates with Matchroom. They supposed to have that fight going on, but Ebony Bridges been having some injuries, so she gonna want to get like I guess a tune-up fight, comeback fight before she take that unification with Nina Hughes. So Nina Hughes might have to fight somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the play. You know what I'm saying? Get 2 titles and come see Thorson. That makes sense. I'm not sure they want to make Thorson versus Nina Hughes right now. They got the same management team. You know what I'm saying? So they probably want to get those 2 belts first and then unify. So we'll see. So that leaves Thorson. She might have to make another voluntary defense just to stay active and stay on schedule with the other ladies. Because more than likely they'll fight one more time this year. So that's what it is. That's a little breakdown of the bantamweight divisions for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to tap in. And McQueen in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. What's good with you? Appreciate the support for sure. All right, moving on. So it was a light weekend, but still, it was boxing altogether. So it was only 3 cards I'm covering total, but this was the Smith vs. Eubank 2 card. So we're gonna build our way up and then talk about the main event at the end. But on the undercard, Stringer got a victory. Lauren Price is an Olympic gold medalist. Fight said 147. She's looking for a big fight, but she gonna have to wait her turn. She got the victory over Muzea. It ended in the head clash. Muzea had a bad cut. So Price was winning that fight easy money. Price is a southpaw. She got the Olympic style, the amateur style. She can fight though. She's gonna be hard to beat though. And she already got her. She like almost 30 years old, so she got her style already. It's gonna be kind of hard to beat her, but she gotta wait her turn though. You know what I'm saying? Florin Marco, he ran through Moran like easy money, first round knockout. I mean, Marco is an exciting fighter. I'm not sure his ceiling in the welterweight division. It's fights in the domestic scene for him over there. I know he's from Albania, but he fights mostly in the UK. There's some fights out there for him, but I don't know if he world level yet. I like fights with Chris Congo. You know what I'm saying? Fights like that, I think will do well for him. Maybe Michael McKinson. That'd be a tough matchup. Michael McKinson is a southpaw boxer that don't really give you too much. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But that was a good performance though. After everything. You had Mark Heffron versus Cullen. So we had an upset in this one. Jack Cullen coming off a knockout loss to Pacheco in March. You know what I'm saying? You know, he don't like it to the body. You can tell he was protecting his ribs in that fight. And he landed a nice inside left hook counter shot that dropped Heffron. He was still hurt and he went back down and the ref called it off. So it was a 3rd round knockout for Cullen. So that's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? He was able to bounce back because he basically got destroyed by Pacheco. Pacheco kind of ran through him. So that's good, man, when guys can come back and get a good victory. He won the British title, so maybe he can get another good fight over there sometime soon. We'll see. The heavyweights, Frazier Clark and Allen, Dave Allen. I mean, it really wasn't a good fight like that. I seen what Clark was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to set up Allen with long range shots. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get his jab going, but it was a lot of tactics in there, a lot of dirty shit in there. So low blows, but I thought Allen's protector was kind of high. I don't know, but I feel like once he lost. My man Clark lost 2 points due to low blows. So after that, he can't even throw no body shots, just straight jabs and hooks. But the fight ended after the 6th round. Dave Allen said he got a perforated ear, and those are those right hands around the guard by Clark. But Clark, I don't know, it's so. He's an Olympic bronze medalist. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really too high on him. He was supposed to face Fabio Worley. That fight never happened because Matchroom and Boxer, his promoter, they kind of beefing the shit. But I like Fabio Worley in that fight, honestly. But Clark, I know he's been in a lot of training camps. He been in the amateur scene for a long time. I think it's go time for him as far as the heavyweight division. But I don't know. I ain't too crazy on the performance. Adam Azam versus Fayam. So this fight was like a step up for Adam Azam, who comes into this fight as this highly touted prospect. You know what I'm saying? He said box well. Yeah, he did box well from the outside. I thought he was doing okay. You know what I'm saying? It was more so Dave Allen was messing up the fight for me. You know what I'm saying? Winston Lee in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. The fans corner. What's good with you? Salute. Salute. But Adam Azam, so he come in with this reputation as an explosive young prospect. He had a lot of highlight reel knockouts and stuff like that. He fought a tough guy last night, you know what I'm saying, from the Ukraine. He came to fight. He kept trying to land the left hook. And if you look at what's going to be Azam's kryptonite down the line, or something he's going to have to work on, is checking for that left hook, because my man was almost there. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't have the timing. Because Adam Azam, once he let his shots off, he pulls straight back, or he'll pull back and he'll let his right hand down, and that's the left hook right there. But overall the performance was solid. He kept on his jab. He got the rounds. You face these tough guys that nobody never heard of, right? We expect him to run through them, and that's not always the case. These young guys, 21, 20 years old, that's been looking explosive. They need these rounds. Honestly, they do need them. I thought he won every round basically. Maybe Fanya got about 1 or 2 rounds, but nothing too crazy that Azam was in jeopardy. So this is a good victory, and he was coming off a hand injury. You know what I'm saying? So, and this fight was scheduled to happen a long time ago, so it didn't happen. So he gave my man more time to prepare. So that's what's up. So we'll see. We'll see what's next for him. But he got some world rankings though. I know he like number 10 in the WBA. So we'll see what they can do, how they can parlay that. They're talking about him fighting for a European title. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Let him win some titles along the way. I think it's a while for him to be like a top contender, especially at 140 pounds. Like, I don't know if we're ready for that right yet, but still, stay busy, keep fighting these domestic guys, and hopefully he gets to world level down the line. D1 in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. He was too desperate to land a left foot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was close. He ain't set it up. He didn't set it up like he should have. If he would have, he probably would have. You know what I'm saying? Probably would have paid dividends for sure. Yeah, he was for sure. Just winging them jumps. Alright, so Mikaela Mayer. So I skipped her on purpose. I want to talk about her next to last. So Mikaela Mayer fought Sylvia Bortat. This fight was at a catch weight, 142 pounds, and it's designed to help Mikaela, ease into the weight that she's trying to get to, and that's welterweight. She pretty much dominated the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? She was mixing up her work. That's one thing about Mikaela that I like. She mixed up her work. I know she's tall, 5'9", 5'10", whatever, and she can sit on the outside of the box. But she was also mixing it up. I think she actually fight better than the inside, and that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of tall, like you don't say that about a lot of tall fighters. They can fight good on the inside, but she can fight good on the inside. She mixed it up well with her jab. She always finished with the hook. I thought the body shots was key in this fight. I mean, Bortat was tough, but she was one-dimensional. She wasn't really doing nothing like that. She did land a couple of good shots, but Mikaela always get hit. Now we know what Mikaela, her flaws are. She's stuck in the mud. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna have problems against fighters that like to move. You know what I'm saying? They can use the ring and kind of walk her into some shots, because she do get hit a lot though. She haven't changed that. She got to work on that. But I saw her doing some defensive stuff in the inside. She dominated. You know what I'm saying? Got an easy victory. So this sets up for her for a big fight against Natasha Jonas. This is what they've been talking about the whole time. I think it's a smart move. It's a reason why she fought on a boxer show, been a top ranked fighter. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense. Natasha Jonas don't really have nothing going on right now. And we know the landscape of that division. We got 3-belt unification going down in 3 weeks. In Orlando, we have Jessica McCaskill versus Sandy Ryan for the WBA. I mean, the WBA, WBC, and WBO titles. Natasha has the IBF. So Michaela versus Natasha is a good fight. You know what I'm saying? These ladies been around for a while. I think they will push each other. That's a good fight right there. So that'll probably be next. We'll see if they can do it in December or something, or the end of the year. This is Michaela's first fight. No, this is her second fight this year. Her second fight this year. She fought on the Joyce and Jane undercard. So she fought in the UK over there too. So she built up a fan base. I actually think that's a good fight though. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna see, you know what I'm saying, how she can deal with Tasha Jonas' power, because she was able to bring up her power from 130 and 135. Michaela not a big puncher. She'll grind you down type of fighter. Like she'll if she gonna stop you, it's gonna be due to accumulation. But Natasha got that one punch. She can change the fight with her power. And she's a counter puncher, Natasha Jonas. You know what I'm saying? She'll counter punch and she'll walk you into some shit. So that's gonna be interesting to see if Michaela can adjust, get her head off the line. Sometimes she do. That's what I like about how she mixed up her jabs. I seen her like bend down and throw an up jab. I seen her throw a basic jab, 1-2. So she gonna have to mix it up against Tasha Jonas, who will be looking for counter punch opportunities. So that's another big fight for women's boxing, man. Hopefully they can make it happen next. You know what I'm saying? And then to the main event. So Smith and Eubank, the rematch. This fight went like how I thought the first one would have went, and how the first 3 rounds was going until the 4th round when Eubank got clipped in the first fight. You know what I'm saying? Eubank dominated this fight. He kept his jab up. He kept his left hand up, most importantly. You know what I'm saying? The jab basically set the tone in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Set the tone in the fight. Kind of kept Smith, you know, at bay. I thought Eubank could use some stab jabs and kind of keep him more at bay, but it was a dominant performance. He dropped him like in the 4th round with uppercut. Nice inside uppercut. 5th round, one of them. It was one of those 2 rounds, so I can't remember. And that's what Eubank, that's his calling card. He liked the uppercut. You know what I'm saying? It was just dominating. You know what I'm saying? Smith wasn't doing nothing. He landed a right hand here and there, but nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? And Eubank got his get back. He ended up dropping him again in the 10th, and then he stopped him right after that. So that's how you want to get your get back. You know what I'm saying? He won every round, dominated, didn't lose a second of the fight to me, and then he stopped him. So he got his get back, and he can kind of rewrite that wrong. So that's what it is. It was just dominating. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we know Eubank teamed up with Bomac, which is one of the underrated trainers and teams we have in boxing. You know what I'm saying? We know the work he did with Terrence Crawford and other fighters and stuff like that. So the thing with Bomac, you know, he get a lot of hate because, you know, just keep it a buck. They was going up against Spence. Spence has a fan base that like to tear down the people they fight. So you gotta tear down Bomac. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. And Bomac was saying some wild shit too, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta get him at that. But that don't take away from what he do in the ring or what he do with his fighters. And he one of the few guys, for me, this is how I look at great trainers and who I like trainers that's versatile. They can work with more than one type of fighter and style. So Bomac, he knocked it out on 3 different phases for me. One, building up a world champion from scratch. Bud Crawford, that checked off. The second one is resurrecting a career. That's what he did with Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring was left for dead, got cut by PBC, had 2 losses, came with Bomac. They built him up, got him the right fights, won a world title, and you know he was considered one of the best fighters in the 130 at a time. Maybe top 2 or 3, maybe 4. I don't know, depending on how you was rating him. But he resurrected Jamel Herring's career. And then the third phase is being a hired gun. So that basically means I'm coming off a loss, just like you, Bank. I need another team. I need somebody that's going to help me get over the hump. That's what he is. So all three phases for me. Now we seen guys, other trainers back in the day, like Emmanuel Stewart. He did that. He was an all three phases type of guy. He resurrected careers. He brought guys from scratch. He also was a hired gun. You know what I'm saying? He trained a bunch of guys. Like he trained Oscar De La Hoya shortly. You know what I'm saying? He trained a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? Prince Hamid. So he was in that type of phase. So you gotta give him props, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when you take away all the BS and the whole drama that was with Spencer Crawford in the build-up, and you look at it what it is. I mean, Bo Mac them doing their thing, the whole team. So salute to them. They got Chris Eubank fighting well, and most importantly, they had him listening. You can tell he wanted to go back to certain, like how he would, like for example, he normally fights with his hands down, starting off a fight. He had his hands up, jab. It seemed like basic shit, right? But guys can get, out of that. When he felt like he was in control, his hands went back down. You know what I'm saying? But they told him, put your hands back up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. He listened. He just controlled the fight. I think another key thing he did that a lot of people probably didn't recognize what he did or really didn't give it enough credit, the way he was clinching. Now, clinching is a part of boxing. You know what I'm saying? What he did was, as soon as Liam Smith got close, he clinched. He was holding a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it was to offset Liam Smith. And that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? You fight when you want to fight. You clinch when you want to clinch. You dictate the pace of the fight. And that's what he did. And he got the good victory. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about what's next for him as well. Get back in the chat real quick. Oh, yeah. No, for real. Yep. The combinations were straight. I like the jab. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. They did some good work. Undercard boxing was good. Salute. He said watching the Rob Brent fight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But also too, Derrick James had Rob Brent too. That's what I was trying to tell people. Like when they was tearing down Bo Mac and building up Derrick James took Rob Brent over to Germany in the World Boxing Super Series versus Jürgen Brähmer, and then went around. And he had Spence was world champion then. What's my man's name? Jermell Charlo was champion then. He had champions in his stable. He took Rob Brent over there. You go watch the fight. Rob Brent then went around. So maybe it's the fighter. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't know. So I look at both. He wasn't given any type of instruction. After discovering he ran his own operation. Yeah. Yeah, man. Chris Eubank, he wild. He be doing his own thing. Yep, keep his hands up. He did I heard Coach Red tell him, he said Andre Ward. He yelled out Andre Ward. And he landed a right hand after that. So what that was to me was, you remember Andre Ward fought Kovalev. He stabbed jab to the body, then he threw a right hand down the pipe. That's what Eubank was trying to do. That's good. That means you operating at a different level mentally. You know what I'm saying? You thinking in there and you doing stuff that you guys been worked on. That's nice. Even the way he shot the jab was different. Yeah, he mixed the jab up. Some of it was like a par jab, you know what I'm saying? Some of it was a stiff jab. Some of it was, kind of just get off me jab. It was, I like it. Yeah, you're right though. I like it. For the shoulders as opposed to using the up jab. Yeah, he was doing well. And throwing that jab from the shoulders was helping him. It was like a reminder to get your right hand back. Get your left hand back. Because Liam Smith, the only way he can get his man is shooting the right hand over the top. So that's what's up though. Now, Chris Eubank, what's next for him? I don't know what world title he can win. He fights at middleweight, yes sir. Fights at middleweight. So I don't know what title he can win, but he calling out guys for big money fights. So I get it. Over there in the UK. So Conor Ben, I get it. We all know the saga from last year. We know the history. Actually, I think the fight is bigger. Honestly. With all the bullshit, with the failed tests, and Conor Ben can't, I don't know, the whole thing. Conor Ben's supposed to fight in a couple of weeks in Orlando. This is a comeback fight. They're talking about Ivan Redcash. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, back to Conor Benn. I think that's probably the biggest fight. If everything is clear with the PEDs and shit, hey, why not? I'll tune in for it. You know, we got the dads and all that shit. He also mentioned Kell Brook, which, you know, I get like I said, those fights over there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what his plans are. World scene in the middleweight division, which is a down division, but we're starting to get some action. Janibek is about to unify with Gutierrez October the 14th. WBO IBF unification fight. So, you know what I'm saying? One of those guys trying to be the man right now in the middleweight division. I think Chris Eubank got a big name, and I don't know. Well, we gotta see. But I guess if that's the route he's gonna take, I can see him fighting Conor Benn. That's a big event. You know what I'm saying? He called out Triple G too. That shit was wild. Talking about Triple G had the belts. Triple G been vacated those belts. He wilding for that. He need to get a hardcore fan on his team. Or he need to tap in with the sport of boxing more often. But that was wild. But I wouldn't mind that fight either though. That would actually be a good one. You know what I'm saying? That could be a big money fight in the UK. I remember Eubank. He blew that fight off a couple years ago. That's how Kell Brook got it. So it's crazy he trying to circle back to that. I guess this is the right time to get Triple G, but I think he like semi-retired. So if we can get him, cool. But we'll see. So those are three guys I guess he can fight. I don't see him like campaigning and fighting for unification or, you know, not unification, but fighting an eliminator. I can't see him doing that. You know what I'm saying? Another interesting fight. I always want to see him versus Charlo. Those guys was close to fighting too. They was on the same. Remember, Eubank used to work with PBC for a while, for maybe a couple of fights. I know he fought Matt Korvov on the undercard of Charlo and Dennis Hogan, and then he fought James DeGale. So he had a couple of fights with the PBC, but. I mean, I wouldn't mind saying that, but you know, we don't know what's going on with Jamal Charlo, so it is what it is. So good comeback victory, man, for him, man. Salute to him for that. He needed that. So, yeah, definitely open up for some questions or anything you guys want to talk about. Feel free to tap in. But as far as Liam Smith, man, I don't know where you go. You know, it's crazy how these boxers will sit there. I'm just being honest, man. He lied to the fans, bro. Now he talking about he had to lose 42 pounds and shit, but he won't say none of that stuff during the build-up. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Yo, they don't have to lie to me, bro. Because I know a lot of people, they probably betted on him. You know what I'm saying? And then he said that Chris Eubank was using excuses because he was talking about the elbow in the first fight, right? He just dropped the excuse. You know what I'm saying? He had to lose, what you say, 3 stone? That's 14 per pound, so 42 pounds. Hey, he could have kept that to himself. You know what I'm saying? I can see him rolling his ankle and trying to shake out his legs and shit. I saw that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that what it was, but shit. Like, you can't tell another man, I don't want to hear no excuses, then you dropping excuses. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's next for him. I like Liam Smith better at 154, but if he's struggling to make if he's struggling to make 160, then I don't know. But he always a fun fighter when he's right. I don't know what's next for him. We'll see. I can't see him campaigning at 68 and being so successful like that. He get hit too much, and he got one-dimensional style. You know what I'm saying? Those guys is punching. Those guys at 68 is coming from like 200, 195 and shit. You know what I'm saying? They shrinking down to get to 68, and that may be some problems for him. So we'll see. He said 14. No, 3 stone. I'm sorry. 3 stone. So I guess each stone is 14 pounds for us. So 3 times 14, 42. So yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't know if that's his natural weight, walking around 200. Now he had an injury because the first fight supposed to be in July the 1st. It's supposed to be part of the Fresh on Cruz and Savannah Marshall card. So they pushed it back 2 months. So I don't know if his natural weight is 200 pounds. I guess for a regular guy, maybe it is, because he like what 5'11". He about the same height as Chris Eubank. So I guess I don't know. I'm not too familiar with those guys outside the ring, but if he's saying he had to lose 42 pounds in preparation for this fight, that's shame on him. That's shame on him because he won the first fight. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, and for me, I thought that shit was kind of I ain't gonna say a fluke, but I didn't have that in the cards. I don't think a lot of people had him stopping Eubank that early who haven't been stopped or hurt or put down in his career. For him to be trash and not a good fighter, he at least had one of those happen to him, right? So, yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the game for too long for that to be an excuse, in my opinion. So, that's what it is. So we got a couple of announcements over the past few days. You know what I'm saying? I want to touch on. Feel free to drop comments, questions. Nah, for sure, bro. Yeah, like that. Him like he was last night. Yeah, definitely tough out. Yeah. I think it's still some worry about that because Liam Smith wasn't a big puncher for me, but yeah, I like what he did yesterday. I like to see what he does next. I guess he'll do Conor Benn after Conor Benn have his tune-up fight in a couple of weeks. So we'll see. But a couple of announcements. Golden Boy announced. So Alexis Rocha versus Giovanni Santillan. That's October 21st. That's an important welterweight fight. And the reason why is because Alexis Rocha is the WBO mandatory for Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Undisputed champion. So, and they ordered that fight. You know, so they actually ordered Crawford versus Rocha before they realized that it was about to be Spence and Crawford. So, he has a claim and a right to kind of fight for the interim title. Giovanni Santillan is number 4 in the WBO rankings, so I can see them guys requesting and pushing for an interim title fight, being that Spence and Crawford about to run it back. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta get some clarity on what's gonna happen with these belts after that, right? So I can see them doing that. Santillan is with Top Rank, so y'all know what time it is with Top Rank in the WBO. You know what I'm saying? Oscar was one of the leaders of helping the WBO win the day title in like '94. That was his first 2 titles was WBO titles when they wasn't recognized. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't really remember that, but he was, you know, they got a long history, the WBO and Oscar. I like your mention, the clinch. Yeah, for real. And yep, what you said, bro. Yep, good position, favorite position to score. Yep, that's what you do. You throw him off the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Throw him off rhythm. Now he probably can protect himself a little better inside the clinch. Don't let him get hit behind the head. But that was the dirty tactics of Liam Smith. He landed an elbow in the clinch too. But I like how he did it because if you notice, when he was doing it early in the fight, Liam Smith was trying to fight out of there. Trying to throw over. He was trying to fight. Then when he was doing it late in the fight, like 7th and 8th, he was accepting the clinch. You see how that shit changed? So you still can implement your game plan, especially, you know, you done wrestled him down, got him tired, you dropped him. Now he might not want to, you know, so it's different. That was good though. That was a good tactic for real. He should vacate. Yeah, vacate. I think he should vacate after he fights Spence. Yeah, it's gonna come up though. It's gonna come up down the line. I think. Give him this year. I think those guys fight this year, and after this year, then start putting the mandates on. You know what I'm saying? But if they should, he gonna vacate the belts. You know what I'm saying? Head position. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. He was getting off to the side, and he was moving around in that clinch too. It was cool. Yeah, that's what's up. So that's just, and that he learned he wasn't doing that his last fight or his last fights or fights before that. So a guy can learn with a new trainer. They said that Bomac couldn't do nothing for him in a short period of time. They lied to me, or they just did they lie to us, or they just didn't know what Bomac brings to the table, or they didn't do their research. Which one was it? At this point, man, it seemed like a lie to me because the information is right there for us. All this information is right there for us. We can watch the fights. We can watch how he fought before he got with Bomac, and how he fought with Bomac. Or we can see what Bomac implemented with different fighters at different stages of their career, or different fights. Come on, we can't. All this information, and we out here telling everybody what's gonna happen based off your opinion. Your opinion should be based off of facts, and facts is in the tape that we got access to. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It depends on where you at. Yeah, he was doing a lot of good stuff. He said not at all. It was night and day, not for sure. It looked good. I think it's a bit of growth. Yeah, the clinches. Yeah, that's how they do. You know what I'm saying? That's funny though. Can't teach your old dog new tricks, but you can though. You know what I'm saying? It depends on if they accept it, if they ready to learn that shit, if they ready to apply it. That's what it's about, applying it and trusting the process. But yeah, so back to Rocha and Santillan, right? We may see them fighting for a WBO interim title, which actually makes sense. Santillan is number 4. You know what I'm saying? Rocha is number 1. It's a reason why they put that fight together. If like me paying attention to the rankings, I seen the climb of Giovanni Santillan in the rankings. They even took him out the WBO rankings at a time. Then they pull him back. They put him in like at number 10 or something. And then after his last fight, he jumped up to number 5. And then after not having a fight, he jumped up to number 4. So if you pay attention to the rankings, they're not just doing that shit just to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? And he's a top-ranked fighter. So, it's really no surprise to me. So the way when my man was saying that Bud should just vacate the belts, I feel you. If he does, this is how I think the route would be. WBO, the winner between Santillan versus Alexis Rocha. Maybe they can make that for the WBO interim title. And then they still got time to do that. And then the winner of that just get elevated, right? All right, WBA, Stanley Jones is the regular champion, so he would get elevated regardless. So do he take a fight and just wait for that to happen? You know what I'm saying? Or do he take a fight and just keep continuing because he haven't fought in a while? Or does he just sit back in the cut and just wait till the WBA, the WBA elevates him since he's the regular champion? So we'll see what's up with that. I like him versus Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? I think that actually makes sense if they're gonna fight before Crawford if they're gonna fight before Crawford vacates the titles. I think that makes sense. In the IBF, you got Jerron Bruce Ennis. He's the IBF interim champion, so he's gonna get elevated as well. Now he has based off their rules. You can't be an IBF interim champion more than a year. After that year, they're going to order the fight. Whoever the champion, they order him. You know what I'm saying? However that shit fit, I don't know. So we'll see what's up with that. I know they got like a mandatory system, but Bud not fighting the mandatory. She going to do Spence and probably do the winner between Canelo and Charlo. So we know the play. So Boots will get elevated. Who would he fight? I like Coley Crawley. I like it. I know they ordered Coley Crawley versus Esselman. I know that. He's a UK fighter with Queensberry. That fight don't make sense to me. Like, think about this. And everybody want to talk about money and size of the streets and business. I'm about to break this down for you. Yeah, it is. No, for real. It's still some stuff that he had, but they did good last night, kind of redirecting what he used to do. So let me break down this Crowley versus estimate situation. Next, Spence one. No, it probably be for it may be for a vacant 154 belt, but we'll touch on that. But so Crowley versus Usman, right? Usman is a good fighter from the UK, domestic guy. They want to push him to a world title, so IBF ordered him to fight Crowley for the #1 spot. This is why this don't make sense to me, and I don't think Crowley gonna take it because they doing the eliminator for him to fight Jerron Boots Ennis. It's not to fight Terrence Crawford. You know he's gonna vacate the titles and they're gonna elevate Boots. So my thing is, why would they order a fight for Crowley to fight? To order a fight for Crowley, get the opportunity to fight Boots. We can just fight Boots right now. They're on the same side. They're on the same side. You don't gotta fight no eliminator to fight Boots. Y'all can make that fight regardless. You know what I'm saying? But maybe they want to wait until Boots become the full titleist. I get that, but it's no need to take a in between fight if you can just fight Boots right away. So I don't think that's gonna happen, even though they ordered that shit. We'll see what's up. Stranger things that happen, but I don't see it. So we know in the IBF, Boots will get elevated. So WBC is kind of tricky, you know what I'm saying? But I still think it's between Ugas and Barrios. They fighting for a WBC interim title. Now you got to look at the plays, y'all. Like I be trying to, help people out and shit, let people see, what I'm saying, what I'm seeing and how shit break down. But I don't know. But I got y'all covered anytime y'all need it. The WBC, the reason why I say it's tricky is because, Keith Thurman, my bad, get my thoughts together. Keith Thurman is the mandatory, right? Okay, no problem. But why won't he fight for the interim title instead of Ugas and Barrios? You gotta ask yourself that now. Why won't he fight for the WBC interim title on September 30th against Ugas or Barrios? He just fought Barrios, so I would say, why won't he fight Ugas? Now, Barrios didn't win the eliminator. Barrios just fought a fight, and they put him up to #5 after he beat Santiago in February. So you gotta look at that. So, and then Cody Crawley, his last fight was a WBC eliminator versus Abel Ramos, Uncle Abel. So why wasn't his name in the mix to fight for the interim title? You know what I'm saying? Ugas coming off a loss, fighting for an interim title. I'm saying this though, I'm just throwing it up there. That's why I believe, and my educated guess, they would be Thurman versus Stanionis in the WBA. And then it would be Crowley versus Boots in the IBF. And then the WBA, it would be the winner between Ugas and Barrios. With just whoever wins that interim title will probably just get elevated. And then they'll probably have mandatories coming out of nowhere or whatever. But that's how I see it breaking down. So once the titles get dispersed, I see for the WBO, it's Alexis Rocha versus Giovanni Santillan. They'll probably make it a WBO interim title fight. The winner get elevated, get bumped up. Jerron Ennis versus Cody Crawley. The winner of that get bumped up. Well, they'll probably bump up Boots before that happens. Either way, Boots will probably be the IBF champion for in the near future. Same with Stanionis in the WBA. It actually makes sense for it. Like Stanionis and Boots don't make sense as those guys being regular and interim champions right now. It don't make sense to me. It makes more sense when they both get elevated. But if they don't get elevated right away, Stanionis versus Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason. Like if he was so much going for the WBC mandatory, he should have a position fighting for the interim title. That's just I need somebody to explain that to me. You know what I'm saying? Why would he go? He been pushing for this WBC route, and he didn't get it. It looked like. So we'll see. So and I don't see either Boots or Stanionis or whoever to get elevated is going to fight for a vacant title. They don't got that much clout. They don't bring that much money to the table for them to do that. They're gonna get their belt and then they'll fight a unification to get the other belt. They're not just gonna get a free belt like Lomachenko. They ain't gonna do. They're not tapped into the the powers that be ain't tapped into them like that. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It sounds good, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? I can't see Stan Jones fighting for a vacant WBA. Getting elevated to WBA and fighting for the vacant WBO per se. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Boxing is crazy. There's a politics of boxing. It can make it go either way. You know what I'm saying? It can make it go either way. And I know Crowley he has a high ranking in the WBO. You know what I'm saying? He has a high ranking in the WBO. So it's a possibility, but the way I see it, Rocha versus Santillana will probably be for the vacant WBO or interim WBO. So we'll see. That's my breakdown of that shit. We'll see what happens because shit's crazy. Shit can go either way. And what I would do, and I spoke about this too on the other show, and I spoke about this on my Twitter about people being down about the undercard or being down about the rematch between Crawford and Spence. So a lot of people, we worry about numbers and shit that it would never equate to our money, to our pockets. But we worry about numbers and all that shit. And like I said, for me, shit, I don't care where they fighting at. What network, whatever it is, I'm tuned in, I'm tapped in, supporting, whatever I gotta do, make sure it's out there. So it's not for me, but it's for the people who need an undercard or who need this. I want him to find an undercard. You know what I'm saying? So what I would do, just to help those guys out, the fans like that want to see a big undercard and want to get that bang for their buck, right? Do those welterweight fights I just mentioned. I would do Stanley Jones versus Thurman as the co-main event. Reason why? Because Thurman got the bigger name. You know what I'm saying? Put him on the co-main event. You probably put his name first. Stan Jones versus Thurman. Then I put Boots versus Crawley on that card too. So that would, I guess, so you can't complain if they did that because you'll have, Boots and Thurman on the same undercard as Spence and Crawford. That would bring more people, I guess. That's what they say. Boxing fans they'll lie to you now. They'll sit here and say, man, I want a good undercard, man. I want a good undercard. But then you look at the pay-per-view numbers, you can tell they probably didn't support it. They probably didn't even buy the pay-per-view. And then after the fact, they'll say, man, these guys, man, they're not stars. But they ain't support it. They fickle. They be in these guys' chat talking all that shit, but really don't be supporting like that, like they say they do. So I would do that. I would do those fights. It got storylines because we need Crawford to vacate so these guys can get elevated and let the division move on and we can want to see Boots emerge as the star in that division, which I think he will after those titles get vacated. So you got storylines. Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying, being on the card. He brings value to the card, you know what I'm saying. He definitely can promote the fight. Stan Jones is a tough fighter, young fighter, been out the ring for a while, so they may be kind of even in that aspect. Those guys haven't fought in a minute. So, and then Crowley versus Boots makes sense because, those guys kind of been circling each other for a while. Crowley beat the IBF mandatory to get, that's when his name started ringing, when he beat Quadratilo Akadurov, right? He beat him. He been a mandatory forever. They should have made Crowley the mandatory, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I would do, you know what I'm saying? But that won't shut the fans up. They'll still complain about something, you know what I'm saying? They don't like Boots ring, they don't like Boots fit, you know what I'm saying? The colors was too bright, you know what I'm saying? Thurman selling the fight too much. It's something. A lot of these fans ain't really fans of boxing. They just want to complain because it's always the same ones. It's always the same ones complaining about the same shit. My man Edgar Chavez, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. What's good? Yeah, Thurman, Ugas, Barrios have the known names, resumes, even losses. Yeah. Stan Jones was on the pay-per-view on the card, his last fight against Buteyev. Boots was on one, so we starting to get to know these guys. I think they all been on one. Crowley fought on pay-per-view his last fight. He was on the Benavidez and Plant undercard. So yeah, just do boxing in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. Not at all, bro. There's always tournaments. Yeah, I like tournaments too, bro. I actually like them. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I got you. Yes, sir. And this is the thing that be getting me, bro. When a fight, okay, salute to everybody doing that content. I gotta say that, but this is the thing that be irking me though. You do content on a daily basis, boxing content, and then they'll be like, bro, hey, I didn't even know Eubank was fighting Smith this weekend. I'm like, what? This is what you do. This is your genre. This is your expertise. You know what I'm saying? You're the subject matter expert in this boxing shit. People come to you for information and the way you spit game, and you don't know when a fight is happening. Now these under the radar fights, like motherfuckers fighting in Argentina somewhere or some shit, I get that. You know what I'm saying? But if it's on like a network like ESPN Plus, The Zone, Showtime, what's another one? Shit, even Pro Box now. But I'm just saying, like, that be killing me. Man, they ain't promote this fight. Man, I ain't heard no promotion for this fight. I be like, shit, I have. Shit. I seen promotion. I seen the trainers talking. I seen the sparring partners talking. Like, I think that's just a cop out. That's just a cop out, because I feel like for the most part they just be talking about certain things. Their content be centered around certain things and certain topics. So then when a fight come up, they be like, oh shit, I didn't even know that was, because they're not tapped into it. They don't want to be tapped into it. But then instead of saying, bro, I forgot this fight was happening, they'll say, oh, they didn't promote this fight. I learned this shit being in this boxing content shit. Sometimes the shit, they're not gonna promote it. You gotta promote it. If you wanna talk about it, you talk about it. That's why I like to make my content like broad. Like it's across women's boxing, men's boxing, lower weights, higher weights, any weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tap in with everything. I can get into the what you call it? I call it the tabloid boxing. Like, oh shit, Devin Haney got 5 Bentleys out front. Man, how much them things cost, man? You see the drip he had on? I can talk about that shit too, because I go to the Instagram. But my shit is centered on the fights and what happened in the ring though. So I'm tapped in all the way across the board. So when people say that's in boxing, man, they don't never promote this fight, bro. The promotion is for casual fans, promoters, casual fans. If the fighter want to get known, it's for them. But as far as knowing when a fight happened, we always there. We always hardcore fans and fans that really follow the sport. We always there. So now you just showing what status you is. Because I see promotion all the time, bro. On my I guess it depends who you follow or who you listen to. But that should be crazy to me. I don't know, but I guess it is what it is. Yeah, bro. Appreciate you, bro. It's all good though, but it's some good shit happening. You know what I'm saying? In the sport of boxing. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I try to keep it like that, well around it. Because when I started this, I'm like, bro, I want the way I'm gonna do mine. That's how I want my information. Like, I want it all, bro. Like, if you tell me who fighting, I want to know the trainers. I want to know who that sparring partner was. Shit, I'm gonna ask, hey, what fight should I go watch so I can better prepare myself if I didn't know, like that type of shit. I want to bring the whole spectrum. I don't have Instagram. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Instagram will tell you a lot though. Like, you'll know when a fighter got a fight coming up. You see him in the gym, you see him whatever. Normally, they're just living their life, their lifestyle, kids or whatever. But once you see them hitting the heavy bag, you know something coming. He said, I watch anyone fight. Not for sure. Me too. I watch guys fight wheelchairs and shit. When folks throwing hands, I'm tuning in. I feel you, bro. I feel you. You keep me sharp and tap in. That's why I appreciate you, bro. Oh, I appreciate you too, bro, for sure. Salute to you. Just do boxing. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with him as well. He be on his shit too. Everybody brings some shit to the table. I don't never knock that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like if you follow boxing, you should, like, I don't know if you should be worrying about no promoting shit. Because at the end of the day, that shit right there is what put the divide in between the boxing community, real talk. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking about numbers, he shouldn't fight him. He only made $2 million. But we know in that division, us as smart boxing fans, this is number one, this is verse number two. Why they not fighting again? You know what I'm saying? So, and it causes you put barriers up for your fans. Your fan base put barriers up for these guys. We shouldn't even know nothing about what these guys make. He said, absolutely. Imagine we didn't know nothing about what these guys make. Imagine we didn't know nothing about these A-side, B-side shit. But now it's out there. Now we know. So it's good to know it because we'll understand why this fight didn't happen, why that fight didn't happen. But if that's the end-all, be-all, bro, y'all tripping. Because imagine somebody knocking on your door. Hey, bro, you only made $60,000 last year. How can you do this and this, yo? You need to be making more than that. You know what I'm saying? you shouldn't try to go get this higher position. You only made $60 million last year. Why you want to go for $100? You know what I'm saying? Imagine that shit. I always put myself in that situation. Like, that's why I don't want to go. Like, I don't go in on shit, other people's money, because I'm like, bro, what don't nigga knock on my door and ask me that shit? I be like, damn, how the hell you in my business? You know what I'm saying? Same type shit. Yeah, it's good to know it, but like people harping on that shit. Oh, he only made X, he only made that. You know what I'm saying? It's all true. Appreciate you, bro. So that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I be thinking, like logical shit. Like, bro, I ain't trying to. I don't want nobody in my business. It comes from what the golden rule: treat people the way you want to be treated, type shit. But a lot of that stuff though is just to just draw a divide. You know what I'm saying? You may not mess with this fighter, but then you'll scare. It's like a backhanded way to promote, because promote fighters by saying, man, he can fight his ass off. You see how he slipped that jab? You see how he coming with the left? You see how he walking him down? You see how he put his hand in position to parry that? You see how we ain't gonna do that. We'll tear him down. We'll tear him down, call him everything, under the sun, but this or that. Or we'll jump to a conclusion when we hear something. That's what I always say, bro. Y'all do y'all own. I'm gonna put it out there, but y'all go back and do y'all own research, though. Fact check me. I don't mind that. I do not mind that. If I say this guy gonna fight that guy, and y'all like, man, what? I ain't never heard that. I'm like, okay, just wait a while. Wait till, if you want one of those guys to wait for BoxRec to update, okay, wait for them to update. You know what I'm saying? It's cool with me. I don't mind getting fact checked. That's why I say everybody else fact check. You hear, like I heard about the Shakur turned down $8 million. I automatically just didn't even tap into it. I didn't listen to none. What's the name? Antonio Lynn, his son. I ain't listen to nothing he said. I didn't go to the Boxing Voice. Salute to them. I ain't do none of that because it didn't make sense to me. Logic, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. Because everybody telling me, oh shit, they offer him 25%. So, and then they come out, oh, he turned down $8 million. So that was the only offer that they made, 25%. So if you smart, oh, that 25% was the $8 million they're talking about. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell Top Rank is giving Devin Haney $24 million. So you got a $32 million pot. Come on. Come on. Like, I didn't even, this is my first time talking about it, because once I seen it, I was like, oh, they wild. That's a lot. Next, I'm waiting for September the 5th to see if they're going to either go the purse bid for Shakur versus Frank, or they done made a deal. They're coming off a holiday. Everybody probably enjoying this. They probably got the deal made. They got the deal made already. And they probably just, it's a long weekend. We chilling, you know what I'm saying? Labor Day is on Monday, so ain't nothing popping. We ain't even looking at our phone. But Tuesday morning, yeah, that's the deadline. September the 5th is the deadline. That's when I'm focused on that. We talking about he turned down $8 million. So that's implying that Devin was gonna make $24 million. Two black fighters is not the two black fighters making that type of money. There's really a built-in like Spence and Crawford. They probably made that type of money, and they built-in stars, built-in the pay-per-view world, built into they established already. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get it? Come on. I was laughing like a motherfucker. I was laughing at that shit. Like, y'all wildin'. Motherfuckers running with that shit too. But and see, that's what causes the divide in boxing fans. Because a lot of boxing fans just come to hear the content and they don't really dig too deep in shit. That's why they got you. I had to learn that, bro. I'm learning. Motherfuckers come in here and ask me a question. It ain't that they didn't want to do it or whatever. They just, hey, bro, we coming to you. You the man. And we like how you break shit down. So, what happened with this? So that's what it is. So you got to give them the real shit. Yeah, deserve that fight because he has a funny one. Yeah, that's how. Yeah, they did that with Wilder, yo. Nah, for real, it does. It does, bro. 24. That's what I'm saying. Like, that don't even make sense. The top rank would give him that money, and he a free agent because he did what he had to do. He navigated through that shit, came out on top, signed the deal, 2 for Kambosos, 1 for Loma, and then they all of it. They good, so they can make the biggest deal. So that shit was funny to me, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's cool. So instead of promoting the fight to say these are two bad young fighters, they will push each other to the limit and break it down like that. We have to break it down by smearing them, making one guy the good guy, one guy the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that Devin Haney don't get a lot of hate. Devin Haney get a lot of hate. A lot of unwarranted hate. You know what I'm saying? He get a lot of hate. Like the way Ellie be hating on him, bro, that shit is crazy. That's why I'm picking Haney versus Regis. I don't know. Until my man stopped hating on him, everybody that Ellie set back, salute to him. He doing this shit though. Can't knock him because he been in this game for a while. But everybody that he's hating on, like going on his way to hate on, they end up looking good. Or they end up, you know what I'm saying? The other guy ended up winning. Put it like that. Like he was hating on Haney, and then he beat Lomachenko. He was hating on Fury, rightfully so. Look what he did to my guy Wilder. Like, nah, bro, hate on somebody else, bro. We rocking with Wilder, bro. What you doing? That type shit. That's, you know what I'm saying? If y'all pay attention, that's what be happening. So I'm picking over Regis. I got Haney. You know what I'm saying? At first, I was thinking about Regis. I was watching the film, was breaking it down. Because even with I watched his last fight, and you can take some things from that. Haney can do a lot of the stuff that Zarrillo was doing. He just I don't know if he got the power like Zarrillo to keep Regis at bay like that, but he definitely can use his range. But I seen other stuff where I see Haney, he kind of give up the inside too quickly. He don't want to do that against Regis. This probably be the biggest puncher he done fought and all that shit. So I was thinking Regis gonna have a chance after watching the consistent hate. You know what I'm saying? Even Ellie hating on Bud. Like that shit. Like when it's hate. When it ain't that. Oh, I'm picking this guy. Oh, I'm picking him. I just pick him. Like a lot of people try to switch that up now after the fact. Man, I'm team Spence. You know what I'm saying? I never went against Crawford, but they forget that how many times you smeared them and you talk about this and like all the shit that happened outside the ring don't really mean nothing. Based on what he did in the ring, it don't mean nothing. It took him a minute to get there, But he got there, and when he got there, what happened? You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like when they be smearing the fighters like that. That's why we shouldn't be knowing everything, not everything that goes on behind the scenes. Because we use that, and it's a way to hate on the fighter because you can't get at him about his skills or this and that. Like when you breaking down guys' business acumen, what they doing outside the ring, you may not like how they moving. Then you'll rarely see somebody break down their skills in the ring. You know what I'm saying? They won't break that down. Like Charlo, I think he should have been champion in recess. Let the division kind of move on and stuff, or maybe vacate or get stripped, whatever. But we'll talk about his bad shit, but we're gonna talk about how he is as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? We talk about, that's how we do. Keep it a buck. I don't like how he moving. He turned down fights and this and that. But I will say he can fight his ass off. You know what I'm saying? He just trying to do what's best for his business and all that. I get it. But they don't always do that. You gotta push that agenda. I think at this point, fans enjoy. Yeah. Nah, for real. Yeah. I get it. It's entertainment at the end of the day. It just get crazy when they use that narrative and then they kind of parlay that shit into being the real shit. Like narratives is all over in life, sports, or whatever, right? And my thing is, don't get it misconstrued to what these guys bring to the table in the ring. And that's what happened. That's the biggest thing that happened with Spence and Crawford, though. That's the biggest thing that happened with that. And they can't believe it. JC, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Is a fight happening or it's gonna happen. They're looking for a day and venue. November is pretty busy. You know what I'm saying? Pretty busy. Just with Matchroom alone. I ain't talking about the other, because they gotta go up against these other promoters and get venues and shit. But Matchroom got November the 4th. They're gonna be in Monte Carlo. That's Joe Cordina. The 11th, they got a next gen show. So I don't know. It's not like a big show, so maybe they can do tag team. They can do that show in the UK, and then Eddie can be in the US for Haney and Regis on November 11th. I can see that happening, but we'll see. Then you have November 18th. That's Pacheco. So they're gonna be there for Pacheco. They're gonna do 2 US dates, 2 US cards on that date. The 25th, you got Cameron and Katie. You know what I'm saying? Chantel and Katie. They ain't doing no damn 2 events that day. He rocking with Katie Taylor hard, so he gonna be over there. So honestly, I think it slides to December. You know what I'm saying? They gotta see how the PBC gonna do their pay-per-views. Cause I know they got 2 dates in November. I'm not sure all of them gonna be pay-per-views, but they got 2 dates they're trying to hold down in Vegas. They got November the 4th and November the 11th. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure who's gonna fight on those days, or if those days gonna be on pay-per-view. I don't know. And then they have December the 9th and December the 30th. So Matchroom had to work around the schedule. You know what I'm saying? They got to work around the schedule. And if they going to do this fight on pay-per-view, they pretty much got to know what's going on with everybody else before they make that move. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I think it's going to slide to December, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, that shit was crazy. I tried to stick to what these guys did in the ring. I picked Bud to win 7-5 in an ebb and flow type of fight, back and forth. I thought one guy take the play, the other one take the play. I pretty much said whoever win 2 rounds in a row gonna win, but I was wrong too. I had the right guy, but I was wrong on my breakdown because I didn't expect that shit either. I'm gonna be honest. It was quiet as hell in that arena. Myself a Buzz session. It was like vindication. No, it was. Yeah. Because I don't think you have to do that. Because the fighters didn't do that to each other. The fans didn't. You know what I'm saying? But it helps to build the fight and whatever, I guess. But then again, you take away so much from these guys. It's like, you know, I don't know. It is what it is. But the first 2 weeks of September, it's kind of slow, rightfully so. We got football season about to pop off, well, already popped off, so they're gonna ease their way. But so I'm gonna do a live about the upcoming fight week coming up, probably around like 3 o'clock my time, West Coast. Probably do that, and then we'll talk about what's going on this week. And then I know next week is gonna pick up because it's Mexican Independence. We got Top Rank card. We got what's another one? We got Showbox card. We got a bunch of shit we want to talk about. And still a lot of stuff going on in boxing too. Yes, sir. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of storylines. Like I mentioned before, we got Shakur versus Frank Martin, the purse bid coming up. So that's gonna be exciting, you know what I'm saying, to see what happens with that. I'm pretty much sure that it's gonna be November 16th on Top Rank ESPN doing Formula One week. Like, to me, people was asking me and saying, "Hey man, this fight should be on the undercard of Spence versus Crawford." I'm like, bro, y'all wildin'. Y'all gotta think about what you're saying. You gotta think about what you're saying. Like, why would we put that much pressure on Derrick James? Shit, to have both of his fighters in do or die fights on the same card? Come on, bro, that don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It sounds good, but it don't make sense. Even PBC winning the purse bid to put that on their platform. My thing is, where would they put it at? And plus, how that fight is gonna, how big is that fight? Like, I would like to know like the numbers. But if you understand how they move, you know that's not like a big fight for them. That wasn't in their plans. You know what I'm saying? Shakur is still on exclusive deal. He still signed the Top Rank, ESPN, all that shit, right? Like, shit. Send Frank Martin, he gotta go over there. It don't make sense to bring Shakur over there, put him on the platform, show him how beautiful this shit is over here, but he's still on the contract. But you got fighters sitting in the bullpen that haven't fought in forever, whenever. You got fights that can be made. You got guys that's just chomping at the bit to get a big fight. We're gonna put y'all on hold. We've been building y'all up this whole time, and we've been working with y'all and giving y'all that back end money, all that shit, right? We're gonna put y'all on hold to bring in Shakur, but we don't know nothing about. We don't. I mean, as far as like business wise, you know what I'm saying? We haven't built him up. We haven't promoted him. We want to put his ass on all access. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna bring him over here. We're gonna wine and dine him like he Jesus Shuttleworth going to them college visit and shit. We're gonna do all this for him with hopes that he gonna sign. Come on, bro. You got Dave Morrell just itching. Give me somebody. Anybody. You know what I'm saying? You got Tank that want to get back in there. Give me somebody. Anybody. But nah, we're gonna go wine and dine Shakur. Hell nah. That shit's crazy to me. Nah. They got that date already. They working on the venue. You'll probably hear more about it this week. It's getting close to about 8. We're in September now. So they can go ahead and make the fight. We're getting close to 8 weeks to start promoting it. Frank Martin can go over there. He can go over there. He headlined 2 venues, 2 shows back to back. I went to. I was at both. I think I was at both. No, I didn't go to the second one. The first one I went to when he fought Michelle Rivera. That's probably like a 3,000 seat venue. That's not a big venue. So I can see if he was a big draw and a headliner on the PBC side, then you can be like, all right, bro, we're going to make an investment. We're going to go win that press bid, Brand Shakur over here for a fight. We got big plans. We're going to put it on pay-per-view. Maybe. But I don't see, that's not a good logic to me. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here for a little bit. Yeah. With RCC Boxing YouTube channel, will they be showing it? They're gonna show it live? Let me know. Yeah, Zor Adelev on that card. Randy in the building was good. Yeah, bro, I'm just saying, yo. It sounds good though. It do sound good, but is it realistic? You know what I'm saying? We probably lucky to get this fight because those guys been trying to tell people and shit behind the scenes and shit. Sometimes it irritates, sometimes it don't. Sometimes I sit back and just laugh when they be like, "Oh, yo, we got breaking news. Yo, we got Shakur versus Frank Martin." I be like, "That shit ain't breaking news. I know about that shit 3 weeks ago." But those guys have been negotiating for a minute. They've been negotiating for a minute, and they working out shit. You know what I'm saying? And now, it's going. Now the deadline for purse bid is the 5th, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna make a deal. If it go to purse bid, they go. So the deadline for negotiations is Tuesday, September 5th. So after that, if they don't reach a deal, then they'll go to purse bid, and that's like another 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you already got everything situated on Top Rank side, so you might as well go ahead and go with already that's in place, especially if you got a good deal. Maybe Frank Martin's team can leverage a better deal. Be like, okay, you want me to come fight on this platform? They can say, well, we had something for Frank Martin over here. So, shit, what y'all talking about on y'all bread? So he got some leverage to say, okay, instead of, I'm just throwing a number out, not saying it's official. Let's say Top Rank offer him 300K. And he like, shit, well, I was going to make 500 over here. So we can negotiate to get, you know what I'm saying? This is negotiating business or whatever. They can use that kind of like as leverage. But I don't know. I'm not in the room. I just think it makes more sense to fight on the date Shakur already had, that Top Rank been working on forever, against Frank Martin, instead of trying to wine and dine him. One and done. Get him over there. For what? You're going to invest all this money in Shakur, you're not even signed to him. I don't get that. Unless it was against a big star. And if it was against Tank, and if it got to that situation, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Wishful thinking. But we'll see, though. Breaking news, Earl Spence. The Warner. Yeah. That shit don't be breaking news. Like, with Spence taking the rematch clause, like, you got dudes around here lying about that shit. Say Spence ain't gonna take the fight. He ain't gonna do this. You got guys that go to Omaha on a consistent basis in the camp, on the parade boat with Bud Crawford saying this shit. I'm talking about my man, Coach Malachi. Salute to him. He be doing this shit. Salute to him. But how you on the boat with him and then you come out and say Spence ain't gonna take it? Like, if I got that much access to fighters, I'm gonna know what's going on with that fighter. I'm just saying, you're not gonna see me on no boat and me not knowing what he gonna do next. I'm just saying, if I got that much access, bro, I pretty much know I'm gonna fuck around and be the spokesman. You feel me? I'm not gonna put out no fake shit and say, oh, Spence not gonna take the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. Because it's just a phone call. If you can go be on a boat with him on a parade with thousands of people looking at you, you can call him, can't you? But motherfuckers be falling for that shit. Oh, I knew Smith wasn't gonna take it. I knew he was a duck. That's what be fucking up. That be fucking up, like the fans and shit. Because a lot of the fans, they don't want to really dig too deep. That's why they come to us, the content guys, the boxing content creators. They come to us for their real shit. So if he say that he got influence based off him having a relationship with Team Crawford. For him to say Spence not gonna take the fight, he ducking and he this and that, and then the next day Spence execute his rematch clause. coming from the first one who said it was Bomac, and somebody that you have a relationship with. That's just crazy to me. So like my man, the narratives, bro. I'm telling you, they don't have to do it, bro. You don't have to do it. You in the game like this, got that much clout. It's just a phone call. It's a DM. It's all that shit, bro. I be figuring out most of this shit. Just following up, DM, one or two. You know what I'm saying? Like the Gutierrez. Like if y'all look on my website, I did the Keyshawn Davis story about him fighting Nair Albright 2 weeks ago. I didn't have to wait. I'm my own independent dude. I do my own research. People, I do get information from people, yeah, but majority of the time, I come to them with the information that I got. I be like, bro, Keyshawn, October 14th versus Nair Albright. Yep, how you know? I'm working behind the scenes. Salute to you. Go on the website. I don't need nobody to bless off on some shit that I already figured out or I already knew from the jump. So it already been out there. So when it comes out that it came out Friday that Keyshawn gonna fight Nair Albright, I'm like, shit. It took y'all so long to announce this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's me. But it is what it is, though. I just want to make sure everybody's straight though with this boxing though, and everybody's informed. We working though for sure. We quiet behind the scenes, but we really doing a lot of shit. It's just I be chilling sometimes. I be forgetting about putting shit out. I ain't gonna lie. I be holding on to shit. I'm like, damn, I forgot to put that out. So that's why I like when the chat come in and ask questions and shit. It can be triggering and shit. And I be like, yeah, you're right. He gonna fight him on this. I did hear about him, but we'll see. So I'll be back later on today. We're gonna break down this upcoming fight week and all that shit. Touch on some boxing topics or whatever we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Just want to get everybody prepared and ready for this week to tap into some boxing. So that's what it is with me. So I want to salute everybody coming to the building. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Listen to the playback. Follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom. Tap into the website, all that good shit. Stay tapped in. I got y'all. So who you got? I like Lopez. Lopez, bro. I like him. My man Yabe in the building was good. I like Lopez in that fight. I think Joel gonna be tough, but Lopez he hot right now, bro, and he punching from different angles. And Joel had problems with that with Navarrete, those angles and shit. I think this might be the time he gets slept. I don't know. We'll see. Is Joel gonna be tough? He durable, but I like Bernardo Lopez to retain his title, so we'll see. But yeah, I want to salute everybody come to the building. That's my time, and I'm out.